Hey everyone, welcome to Motivation Saturday. Um, if I look a little bit sleepy, it's because I am sleepy. Uh, I went to bed really late last night because I just wanted to lay around, relax, and watch a movie. Something I don't really do much because I'm constantly busy. So, yeah, I'm sleepy right now. Drinking a second cup of coffee. Um, Yeah. Whew. So, anyway, pollution season is here, which really sucks. And we got to keep doors and windows closed, not really go outside, and it makes you even more sleepy. Yeah, there's really no one really has the right to breathe anywhere in the world. Anyway, week 5. Show up for yourself. So you keep promises to everyone else. This Saturday, make one to yourself and keep it. Your future depends on your mm, present discipline. Now, discipline is something we've talked about before, and I'm going to dive into that a little bit more. If you're just joining in, welcome to Motivation Saturday. Sensei Joe, I'm in the house. This is week 5. Today's message is personal, it's honest, and it's necessary. Show up for yourself. Think about this for a moment. You show up for work or school even when you're tired. You show up for family even when it's inconvenient. You commitments to else. But when it comes to you, that's often where the promises get broken. So what I'm saying is a lot of us are really good at keeping our promises for others. But when it comes to ourselves, we're not very good at keeping promises. And you know what? That is a major issue that impacts our health, both mentally and physically. Because if we can't focus on ourselves, how the heck are we going to focus on helping other people? Not focusing on ourselves, but focusing on others, that's short term. You're only going to be able to focus on others short. You're only going to be able to help others short term. But if you focus on yourself more, you help yourself, like with your health, both mentally and physically, then when you focus on helping others, you can do that long term because your body and your mind is in the position to do those things. And I'm going to get in more detail about that later because there was a time in my life where this was an issue. So I'll start Monday. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll get serious next month. And slowly, without realizing it, you teach yourself a dangerous lesson that your own word doesn't matter. So let's be clear. This isn't about motivation. It this is about self-respect. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you build trust. Every time you break one, you weaken it. And self-trust, well, guess what? That's everything. Before you could trust others, you have to trust yourself. And before others can trust you, you also have to trust yourself. Because by trusting yourself, you show others that you can be trustworthy, that they can rely on you because you trust yourself. You have confidence in yourself. For example, I am super sleepy. Okay, a lot of people feeling like this right now. They have a tough time getting on live stream. Okay, on both YouTube and TikTok. But you know what? I was scheduled to do it, and I pushed myself to do it. And plus, you need to see what it's like when others are really pushing themselves to do something that they're like, I'm so sleepy. And in a way, you see that every day when you go to school, when you go to work. There are times when I do judo and I am just so out of it. And it takes a good slam to really wake me up. So, as I said before, self trust is everything. Because thought I heard something. Anyway, because if you don't trust yourself, confidence disappears, discipline fades, and goals start to feel out of reach. Hold on. Sorry about that. Okay, because if you don't trust yourself, confidence disappears, discipline fades, and goals start to feel out of reach. Not because they are, but what was I going to say? But because follow through is missing. So being able to follow through, the ability to follow through, the art to follow through is gone. Your future isn't built on big speeches or perfect plans. It's built on what you do constantly when no one is watching. So you're watching me right now, live here on TikTok and YouTube. Cool, right? But my future is not built on my speeches. It's not built on what I'm doing here. It's not built on the motivation and inspiration I try to spread. No. My future is built on the things you don't see me do. Or some of the things you see me do, but not much. Like, for example, taking care of family. It's built on being healthy, sustainable, making good connections. It's built on nature. So, everything, you got to realize everything is one, everything is together. And there's a pro and con to everything. Anyway, yeah, I'm so sleepy. So, showing up for yourself doesn't require dramatic change, it requires daily commitment. I really got to work on that pyramid I talked about before, like respect, honor, commitment, confidence, motivation, and all that. So, small promises, clear intentions, and non negotiable follow through. And here's the truth: your future self is watching your current habits. So, what does that mean? You are seeing everything that's going on in front of you, what others are doing in front of you, and what you are doing in front of yourself. If you're going to bully people, if you bully people, you're going to see that. It's going to be with you for the rest of your life. It's going to hurt you inside. If it doesn't yet, it will. I know I have seen people who bullied others, and on down the road, they feel the pain in themselves. They feel so bad because sometimes when someone gets bullied, that person does something to the bully and to others that's really bad. And if you live in the US, you know what I'm talking about. So bullying can cause all kinds of issues. So as I said, you see everything you do. Yeah. So the discipline you practice today determines the options you'll have tomorrow. You have to be practicing discipline. If you bully people, stop. Apologize to the people you bullied. Become friends with them. There are people out there who are weird, okay? But you know what? Those weird people turn out to be some of the coolest people. I was weird. Still am. The effort you put in now, today, starting now, decides whether you're proud later or full of regret. You want to be proud of yourself? Do the right thing. You don't need to do everything. You just need to do something and keep your word. And make sure it's something positive. Because discipline today creates freedom tomorrow. You want the freedom to feel good. So there are two entities that gives you freedom. Yourself and the corrupt individuals in government. But it really starts with yourself. You're the main person to grant your own freedom. So you have the power. And listen, showing up for yourself won't always feel good. Some days it will feel inconvenient. Some days it will feel uncomfortable. But discomfort is temporary. Regret lasts much longer. So there are days you're going to show up at school or at work and you're going to feel discomfort. You're going to feel uncomfortable. But what you do will last longer. So you don't want to regret what you do. So instead of asking, do I feel like it? Ask, who am I becoming if I don't? So instead of asking, do I feel like it? Ask, who am I becoming if I don't? Who am I becoming if I don't feel like it? That would be really hard for me to dive into because that right there is for you to discover yourself. Okay, if you're just joining in, this is Motivation Saturday. It's the 5th Motivation Saturday of 2026. Sensei Joe in the house. For those on TikTok, if you're not following me, please follow me. And send me the likes and gifts because it really does help me. If you are watching me on YouTube and you haven't yet, please subscribe, send your likes, your comments. And yes, I tell everyone, feel free to send me comments. I try to read as much as I can. If I haven't said hello to you, I will. Hello. Okay, so now let's reshape today's Motivation Saturday challenge. Something practical, something different, something powerful. So I know I'm kind of moving quick into this. Um, but it's okay because I'm just gonna talk later. um, so this week, keep the appointment challenge. Choose one time block this week or next week, because it's a Saturday. Uh, make it 10 to 30 minutes and label it me non-negotiable. Decide in advance what you'll do during that time. You could work on a goal. You could reflect, plan, move your body, learn something. Learn Tai Chi, learn to meditate, research something, go outside and help the environment. If you're in Southeast Asia, wear a PM 2.5 mask, please. So treat this appointment like it's with the most important person in your life, because that most important person in that life is you. No rescheduling, no explaining. You show up. That's it. Okay, I'm going to take a small break because I'm half asleep and I feel like I'm rushing, and I don't mean to, but I'm taking a small break. Let's talk. Who wants to talk to me? Come on, shoot me some comments. And I don't have much coffee left. Anyone want to say anything? Anybody? Come on, someone say something. Oh, there it is. Private message. Okay. So, what your next book coming out? Um, what's your next book coming out? Okay, so my next book coming out is it's actually coming out next week. Yeah. Um, it's my first ever kids book, so I'm excited about it. The only thing that I don't like about it is that on Amazon, I cannot. Um, I think what was it? I don't think I can make an ebook out of it. Or no, I can. I cannot sell a hard copy on Amazon because it has to be 70 pages or more. Ridiculous. Anyway, I don't care. Amazon's American. The U.S. can. Yeah, so my next book coming out will be next week. It's called The Little Ninja. It's a kid's book. and there's also education in it, so you learn words and all that stuff, and the Little Ninja is based on it's actually based on a legend in ancient Japan about a little ninja. So I had to clean up the story a bit, but yeah. Um, so that's going to be in February, the Little Ninja, and then in September, the Curse of Lilith. As I mentioned before, if you're a fan of my Marakai stories, the Curse of Lilith is the prequel that takes place thousands of years before the first Marakai story. But the Curse of Lilith is extremely dark, horrific, sick, um, and it's not for everybody. I mean, it's like the beginning of time. Okay, there's nothing pretty about that. And then in October will be my second anthology story from Realms of Terror called Birds of Prey. And then, yeah, so that's for 2026. Hi, you. Okay, anyone want to say anything to me? Ask me a question. Come on, hit me with something. Ba 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 ba. Okay, well, anyways, anyone enjoying the weather here in Thailand? It's not only is it hot and not only is it sunny and hot out there, but you walk outside, you breathe in a whole lot of poison. And the air pollution is pretty bad right now. Um, I can't wait till rainy season. And this air pollution just makes me want to stay inside. Wow, no one really wants to say anything to me. Okay. Okay, so you come from I think you're trying to say you come from Thailand. That's cool. I come from the evil US empire, but I live in Thailand. Even though the smoky season here forces your breath away, I still love it here. Thailand's so awesome. I am from the United States of Evil. Yeah. Um, from the U.S. Empire. So, the evil states of America. And I live in the land of smiles, Thailand. So, if you are just joining in, some people are beginning to ask me some questions like where I'm from. So, when people ask me where I'm from, I I, I like to tease them. I tell them I'm from North Korea, and they give me this look like what? uh, yeah, it's funny. Who's so good? I don't know. Are you so good? Am I so good? The air outside's not so good. Okay, so uh, you like breakfast? Me too. Breakfast is the start of the day. Come on, ask me something like a real question. Okay. Okay, so yes, back to this week's challenge. Keep the appointment challenge, please. Choose one time block this week. Well, this is Saturday, so tomorrow's the beginning of the next week. So starting starting next week, or you could start today. So choose one time block. Um, Make it 10 to 30 minutes. Label it. You should label your time block. Me, non negotiable, or me time, non negotiable. Decide in advance what you'll do during that time. Work on a plan, work on a goal, reflection, move your body, learn something. Um, Treat this appointment like it's with the most important person in your life, which should be you for now. No rescheduling, no explaining. You show up. You got this. That's it. So, not 7 promises, not pressure, just one intentional appointment where you honor yourself. Why? Because showing up for yourself isn't about doing more, it's about taking yourself seriously. And the moment you do that, everything changes. A lot of times I have to take myself serious. And I might not even be in the position to do so. Because I could be like half asleep or I could be injured, but I got to do it. Um, so here's a little story. I'm not going to go deep into detail, but a few months ago, I received a major surgery. And this was over my 1 week break from work. And the doctor told me that I would have to take another week off from work. And you know what I did? I was like, nah. So that week, when work started back up, I was there. I went to work. I took myself seriously. Now you could say, oh, well, you weren't focusing on yourself or your health. I was, but at that same time, I think I could have done better. Yeah. But because of what I did, let's just say a lot of good things came out of that. I felt like it made me stronger in some ways, but in other ways, it made me work harder. Um, yeah. So yeah, take yourself seriously. Um, and The moment you do that, everything changes. You're new to English. Okay, nice to meet you. English is not as hard as most people think, unless you learn the slang. That's hard. There's different types of English in the world. Some are hard, some are easy. I tell you, Old British English, that's difficult. I tried to read a book in Old British English, and I'm like, screw this, and I put the book away, and that's sad because I so badly wanted that book, um, Arabian Nights. I loved that fantasy story, and I found this really sweet, fancy-looking book from England, and I got it. And when I started reading it, I was like, what the heck? What does this mean? What does that mean? Come on, I'm a native speaker. I'm a teacher. I'm an author. And I don't understand what all this means. And I mean, it was just so, there was just so much there. I don't know, it was like a dictionary to me. But yeah, English is very easy depending on the type of English you study. Forget Old English and slang. If you leave those to the side, you'll be fine. They say that the easiest language in the world to learn is Spanish. And that is true because I started learning a little bit of Spanish when I was younger and I thought, this is easy. But sadly, I didn't keep up with it. I should have. So, never stop learning English because the world does revolve around the language of English when it comes to languages. But I feel like the world should revolve around everything, every language. But that would be very hard to do, and I would not know how to go about that. But in today's world, English is the big thing when it comes to language. So never stop learning English because it will take you a long way. There are people I know from other countries who have studied really hard in English and they're good at speaking English, and it's taken them a long way. Just if you are a non-English, geez, what is that? English. If you're a non-English, if you're a non-native English speaker, and you move to America and you speak pretty good English, well, guess what? It's still going to suck there. Elsewhere, though, in the world, it's going to really help you. It really will. Because here in Thailand, there are Thais here who speak pretty good English. And they got some pretty decent jobs. Some of them. So, yeah, never stop learning English. And you know what? That's a discipline. Take it serious. So, the moment you take yourself serious, everything changes. Your standards rise, your discipline strengthens, and your future starts to take shape quietly and consistently. So keep the appointment. Do what you said you would do. You bullied someone. Okay? Tell yourself you're not gonna do it anymore. You're gonna apologize to that person you bullied, and what you're gonna do now is help that person that you bullied. Prove yourself to them. And remind yourself that you matter enough to follow through. So that means believe in yourself. I want you to finish this week strong. Start next week strong. And remember, always remember, smile, laugh, and believe in yourself, because I believe in you. Hi. Now, normally, at this point, I would say, I'll see you next week for on Saturday for Motivation Saturday. Bye. But you know what? I don't want to go just yet. So, let's dive into a little bit more here off the script. I do use it, but I don't fully go off it. It's just notes. Gives me ideas what to talk about, how to talk about it. But most of it comes from here at this time. Okay, so believing in yourself. There are many tools to believing in yourself. And I can't tell you your tool. That's you. That's your responsibility. You got to take yourself serious, really. If you want to become something big in this world, you got to take yourself serious. Now you can say, well, look at Elon Musk. Yeah, look at Elon Musk. He's probably one of the most richest people in the world. But he's a walking, breathing parasite. He's a jerk. He's one of those rich snobs that no one likes. Don't get me wrong. There are times that he does things that make me go, that's cool, good man. But, really, he can't be trusted. I do not remember what I was going to say. So yeah, believe in yourself, make something big of yourself, but something positive of yourself. You don't need to be rich. And if you do become rich, good for you. But if you do become rich, guess what? All eyes will be on you. And it may not be a positive thing. People are gonna expect you to take your money and invest it in something that truly helps people without strings attached, without anything in return. Because that's what good people do with their money. Cool. I'm glad you're in my school. See, when you go out and you do good things for others while focusing on your health and well-being, then in the long run, you can continue to help others. Everything works together. Got to remember that. Okay, well, I don't know about you, but I'm still super sleepy. I have to go get another coffee or something. I really got to wake up because I went to bed late last night. Stayed up late watching a movie, which I rarely do, but I felt like, you know what? I'm going to reward myself. I'm going to stay up late and watch a movie on my broken TV. So I did that. And I ate a little bit of stingless bee honey. Very tingy. Love it. So I got to go check on my stingless bees anyway. So anyway, believe in yourself. I want you to laugh every day. I want you to smile every day. I want you to help people every day. I want you to help yourself every day. Help your parents, help your friends, help a lot of family members. Help your teachers too. And here's something I never really ask from you. Please spread the word about me trying to help others, because I want people to get in on here, watch me live, and fill their brains with inspiration and motivation so we can have a better society out there. We are a community. whether we are in Thailand or thousands of miles or kilometers away from one another. We all are human. So let's all work together. Laugh, smile, and believe in yourself because I believe in you. I will see you next Saturday for Motivation Saturday, and keep an eye on my TikTok or my YouTube, because there are times I'm just going to pop up live out of nowhere. So keep it real, and I will see you later.